Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a Smoke and Steel League. Before we get into this, I wanted to mention we just released a War of Rights Geoguessr video. It's very funny. I'll put the link to that in the description. Before our Smoke and Steel League playoff today, our first match is between the Rank 1 FSB and the Rank 3 7th Texas on Crossley Creek, followed up by the Colquitt's Defense, where we'll have 2 Corps, Rank 2 Corps versus the Rank 1 Corn Brigade. So this should be 2 good matchups for our semifinals today. Before we get into this though, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you like the support, go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. So as mentioned before, here is the current playoffs. So the winner of these matchups will hopefully play in the championship next week, assuming no rematches happen. But these should be great to see. Our regiments for today. On the CSA side, you have the 7th Texas Corn Brigade, the Kentucky Outlaws, 10th United States, 59th New York, and the Colquitt's Brigade. Whereas on the Union side, you have the Free States Brigade, 2 Corps, Jackson's Division, Missouri State Guard, 12th Virginia, Alabama Volunteer Corps, and the Shenandoah Regulars. I don't know if I said 10th U.S. a second ago, but if I missed them, they're also on the CSA side. Anyways, server pop as of right now, it's currently 315. In balance is 3 towards the Union side. However, when you consider artillery into the mix, Union has 2 on it, CSA has 6. So this overall infantry in balance right now is 7 in favor of Union, and I'm sure they're going to appreciate that. Frontline reporters today, on our Union side, you have Archer here from 2 Corps, and then on the opposite end of the CSA side, you got Red from the 59th New York. Appreciate these guys so we can see what's going on the ground while also seeing what is going on in the sky. So I will note the higher seed and the lower seed, they have little rules to how they pick these maps. So the lower seed gets to pick the map, or the higher seed gets to defer the map pick to the lower seed. But generally, lower seed will pick the map, which 7th Texas, they picked this map, and then FSB, being the higher seed, got to choose the side, and they chose to be the Union attacking side. And we'll see how this goes. Historically, this map has gone both ways from what I've seen. Early on, Union was dominating, but as of late, I've seen CSA start to win it a little more. And speaking of this Union strategy, they generally will like to push down the CSA right side because there's a lot of cover on this map. Anywhere else the Union can cross, it's wide open field, and you could see Union is actually approaching this. You see Union like to do this sometime where they hit the CSA left. They just completely charge over here. But a lot of this comes down to, can the CSA respond to Union movements quickly enough? If they can, they should do fine. And I mean, you got FSB, looks like 5th VA guys are trickling out. Union's coming out like a snake right now. And one, it's hard for Union guys to get to the line, at least in a blob, but it's also giving CSA a little more time to respond here as they're shifting over into the natural cover here of the bushes. But here comes some more Union.
Everybody dies.
And it looks like CSA is holding fine. You also got CSA starting to move into the open field. They're kind of putting the Union in a little bit of crossfire here. Just like Pickett's charge. Beautiful job from CSA. You can already see the tickets start to go in the CSA's favor. Union's still trying to go. And as you know, there's no Union flag over here. Meanwhile, you do have a Union group starting to push up on this side. And as you'll note, you have a lot of all the Union flags are over here. I like this a lot. This is kind of that Garland stand strategy that I've been mentioning. All Union infantry charge one side. They brought all the CSA defenders over there. And now Union respawning everyone on the other side is hitting it immediately. So if Union can gain ground, it might be worth the ticket loss. However, CSA, 59th New York, 8th Ohio trying to hold. And they're in steam chest, so they can't communicate. The rest of the CSA is starting to move down. Union not pushing their flags up. And CSA is kind of contesting this a little well. They just have to hold off for their friendlies who are moving over here very quickly, which is good to see, at least from a defender standpoint.
Hello. Love from Corn Brigade.
And it looks like CSA is going to hold. So, a little surprised Union didn't bring their flags up. They're sending more guys up. I don't know why they're trickling up at this point. Some 6LA guys. I don't know why they're going up on their own. But, yeah, no, CSA kind of responded fast. That's the thing is that these guys spent a while. I know they wanted to boost their numbers before going in, but the longer you sit and wait, CSA is going to wipe you over there and then eventually be able to react like they did. And good on CSA. They reacted quickly, and they held the line strong, and they have received a huge kind of ticket lead here. So Union still in the match. Don't necessarily know the ticket imbalance of this map. We do know the attackers have more tickets generally outside of Maryland Heights, which is actually even in tickets apparently, but we don't necessarily know what the new maps are. However, we do know the weapons. CSA defense here. You have the 33rd Virginia with the option of the Enfield and the Lorenz, and then they also have the 8th Louisiana with the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 55. Whereas on the Union side, the attacking side, they've got the Irish regiments. They've got the 69th New York, which just has Buck and Ball, the Springfield 42, and then the 28th Massachusetts with the Enfield. And that's another thing to point out is that I'm surprised that Union opted. I mean, I get that Union did their little, like, hit one side, have the flag spawn people, and hit the other side. Like, that makes sense, right? But if Union does ever decide to do a normal charge, they just need to go balls to the wall on this flank. You got Buck and Ball. Your opponent doesn't. You should be able to use those shotguns at close range to your advantage. But Union's taking some time to reform. You can understand why Union didn't bring their flags up, because this is almost like Hooker's push for the Union. You can see that little Union flag back there. That's where Union spawns. It takes them about 3.5 minutes to get up into the fighting, and you just can't lose your flags on these maps. It can be devastating to an attack, especially when tickets can be hard to come by. So here comes a Union push up again. FSB taking their Union out more into the open area. Meanwhile, rest of the Union kind of going around this left side. Mind you, they're very close to out of bounds, which is why they can't go that much further. It's a little unfortunate. That side, there's a snake fence over there, but Union cannot use that snake fence because it's out of bounds. Anyway, CSA reacting already.
They don't even see us, guys. Trust, they don't even see us.
Yeah, I would run if I were you.
They most definitely see us.
All Union needs to do is break through this defensive line once. So it looks like they're sending FSB to the center to act more of a distraction for the CSA that are moving over to reinforce. Meanwhile, the main Union attack is pushing in. I don't know why they're stopping at that tiny hay bale. That doesn't stop bullets. That's not doing anything for you. You need to get up into the melee right away, do the close point-blank shots with your Buck and Ball, and get into that corn and hold it. That's your job as Union. You got to get into the corn and hold it, and then start pushing the CSA out. You can't sit back and let CSA secure their flank. Anyways, here comes the CSA wave.
We got Rambos in the corn. Let's go, boys.
Press D, press D, press D.
So it's a little bit of a mistake here from Union.
There we go. One Rambo dead.
You have a lot of Union in center, too. I don't know if these are respawns or guys who are sitting back, but it's a lot, so it makes me think they're sitting back here. I don't know why they're coming in now.
Get in there, kill them all.
But see, you can see now, CSA was able to kind of fuse their line back up, and now Union slamming into a big CSA line. It's going to be a lot harder for them to break through.
Hit you with my sword. Do you like my sword?
You cotton heretics, throw yourselves upon the great sword.
And with that, Union's about to hit engaged.
Get these goddamn fight with my sword. Sword fight.
Kill you. Come on, Texas.
Sword fight. Sword fight. Come here.
Come here. Come here, you fucker. Come here. Taste my
Union is still trickling guys forward. You get the idea of trying to keep the melee going, which isn't a terrible idea. You got CSA starting to do a little pincer. It might work, but we'll see. It's going to be difficult because if CSA gets that defensive line held, it's going to be very difficult for you to break through. And actually, CSA with a charge out here trying to cut off Union reinforcements. It's the 10th US going in there with some TKO as well. And that's going to be nice for Union, just trying to get a ticket drop. I mean, Union can afford being down a little bit of tickets. They just as long as they're dealing a lot of tickets and keeping things kind of close, they're fine. So 10th US and mostly 10th US, some of TKO, they do in the end get wiped. However, it lets the CSA team kind of get formed up again on their defensive line, and Union is still trickling guys forward. It gets to a certain point where CSA is going to be able to spawn in all of their guys, and Union's not going to be able to break through unless they group up again and go in. But I mean, we'll see if it works.
We need fellas.
The big problem for Union is that they're not getting the CSA flags down, and that's really keeping CSA entrenched. Like, even if you knock the CSA flag down, you know, for like 5-10 seconds, that's going to stop 1-2 respawns from coming in, and it might get more people spawning back at main, which pushes them away from the fight. But you got 12th VA, JD guys, FSB moving up to the center, kind of hiding behind the barn as cover. Another thing, too, is that the Union flags are a lot further back from the action than the CSA flags, so CSA is going to consistently be able to out-respawn you. That's the general idea there. So it's going to be hard. Unless Union wipes CSA quickly or knocks the flags down at the start of a melee, it's going to be very difficult for the Union to break through, especially if they want to trickle forward. So good hold from CSA, though. But of course, again, Union just has to break through once, which, can they do it? I don't know. Again, as of late, I've seen CSA hold this a lot better, and I mean, when we get up to these, you know, full pop servers of 350, it can be very difficult for an attacker to effectively break through a line. Because obviously, well, when defenders are more guys, sure, they can defend more of the width of the map. But also, when they do want to defend a tiny area, they can scrunch up like this. And, I mean, buck and ball would be nice for CSA with the amount of guys they're shooting here. Or amount of guys that are there that can take shots, you know. It can do good.
Slink back into the corn. Slink back into the corn.
But, you know, the good part for Union, though, is that despite them not being in a great spot, they've been really aggressive. And so they've brought everyone's tickets kind of down. Sure, Union's down a lot more, but generally you want to hit the defenders into engage by the 30-minute mark. And, I mean, you're keeping on pace with that. So it's good to see. But let's see, you got 12th VA in front, FSB. I don't know if Union's trying to throw CSA off by hiding back here for a while and making CSA spread back out, which CSA's kind of spread back out, but it's not that wide of a map. And CSA has plenty of time to recognize when the Union's coming in, so CSA can respond quickly. You can already see they're moving into those defensive lines, starting to take shots. So I'll get to why I say that in a second, but here we go. So CSA right seems to be holding. The center is slightly being broken through here by JD, although I don't think they have enough manpower to hold it in the long term. Union's trickling guys up. They're keeping their flags, mind you, in the wood line. That is very far back from this fighting. You got the flank in again. 10th US pushing up there. It's going to be a really nice flank. And Union getting a flag down for a moment. I mean, it's a lot closer than the previous time, but it looks like CSA is going to be able to hold this. I mean, part of the issue for Union is that if they're not going to be willing to bring their flags up and be able to get them in the melee, it's going to be way more difficult for them to actually break through. Which CSA is pushing very far forward here. TKO's going right where the Union flags are. And Union backs off right away. Union's about to hit taking losses as well.
Hey, get these fucking
So, CSA holds again. It was a better charge by Union. At least if I'm Union, though, CSA has been responding really well. And this is enough of an open area, and it's not that wide of a map, to where CSA is going to be able to respond and get into that corner quickly. So, the issue I saw with Union in their charge is they all pushed up. They all group up in the woods here, and then they go here, go up and over, and then charge out this way. Which, the thing is that when they rush up here, going up and over this, that can really slow down a lot of guys. And it can make it extremely difficult. So, Union looks like they're trying to shift to the other side of the map. The question is, can the CSA see them? Because only one person has to point out Union doing this, and then they can react from there. I mean, you got Eccentric Norse here from 7th Texas. I mean, he can see it. I mean, I can see it here. I mean, zooming out, too, you could see those guys there off in the distance. So, CSA definitely sees Union moving over there. It should hopefully be communicated, and you can already see CSA starting to respond quickly. That's the thing. You can't really be too deceptive on this map. It's an unfortunate thing. I mean, great job on CSA to pick it up quickly, and I mean, they're responding immediately.
You artillery boys are doing God's work. Keep it up.
So yeah, I mean, Union's roughly going as quick as they can, but it's a lot quicker for CSA to respond than for it is to Union to kind of move and get out flank. So they're rushing in the open,
Fuck this shit.
and they're spreading out.
I have my freedom of speech to say what I want.
Keep going, boys. Keep
They're spreading way out. I like 2-Corps going out of bounds to even get more on that flank. If I were to change one thing about this map, I think Union should have that snake fence in bounds. Because Union only has one way to attack with cover, but here comes the melee. Union is taking losses.
Coach Wrigley, get back in formation! Hold it!
You got more Union starting to rush in now.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like it when you sit there reloading.
Hold them, boys. Hold
And I just saw a flag rush up that tree. Interesting. CSA charging really far out. 30th Ohio now going really far. I don't know if they're trying to get some flags. I'm sure Union will appreciate some of these nice skirmishing out of line, but I don't know how much it matters. I mean, tickets look a little closer.
Don't push forwards. Just hold on the line. Bears down, forwards.
Breaky loads, move it up.
Oh, they're pushing in the field.
But
There's a man right
Union's
there.
going to hold that again. I think the issue for Union is that if they don't bring their flags up, they're not going to be able to gain ground, and maybe that's not their point. 5th VA, though, and AVC, they're doing a little trolling out here. A JD guy as well, and a 12th VA guy. Look at that. So a little coalition here.
Ooh, I see it.
Oh shit, they're coming, Go, 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 go.
Oh god.
Everyone
Oh
run.
shit.
Back to the... Go
Back to the barn!
Run away!
Run!
No, 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 no.
Come here, you liberal sons of bitches. I've seen you. Take his ass whooping like a man.
So, and it's a rough situation for the Union side. But CSA's kind of shifted to the center, and that's the thing, right? I mean, CSA shifting from left to right, it's only going to take them 10-15 seconds. It's at least going to take Union more than that to go there. Got a couple CSA guys out here. It can be, again, at CSA has some tickets so forward. Yeater or Rorek, sorry, just walked right by the Yeater. He didn't see him. Got Agrippa 1. Not in the bush, but not dying. Oh. Oh, they're scouting. Okay. That would make sense. So Union trying to get into a shootout here. It seems that they think that the charging is not working, and it hasn't yet. And they're maybe like, well, we'll get into a shootout. And you would expect over the long run to to favor the attacking side. Because, you know, if they're shooting at each other from a distance, it's generally a 1-to-1 trade on kills. There's so many variables that go into stuff that it kind of minimizes skill in a sense. Although skill is a lot more prevalent now than it was before the recent update, which was now like a month and 3/4 ago. But still, skill is still a thing, but I think a lot of that can be mitigated just with the random variables and all of that. So generally it's a 1-to-1 trade, and if the attackers have more tickets and they're trading 1-to-1 on kills, it means they're trading 1-to-1 on tickets. That means the attackers, in the long run, in theory, should deal more of a ticket loss on the defenders. You can see CSA, they're kind of hiding back right now. They're just trying to preserve themselves. Maybe they're like, we don't want to get in the shootout. We want to force them to charge at us. We've been winning that way, so we'll keep doing that. So I think it's a good idea from CSA to do this per se, not necessarily engage in something that might not work.
Look at Confident. Holy shit. He's looking so good.
All right, let's go. 5-9.
To the right, boys!
Which, you can see some unions starting to shift more right. Again, they have a couple scouts out. I don't know why this group's going for it, though. 8th Ohio, there's no need to do this at all. JD got some good shots on you, but if anything, right? So you've built up a good ticket lead at CSA. You don't want to let Union get that back, even if it's a tiny thing. All the tiny things can add up. And I mean, again, Union just needs to win one charge. And on top of that, too, if you are a defender, you want to be up by a third to a half a morale stage at a minimum, assuming the game gets down to final push last stand, which, based on how it's going, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. You don't really see too many more breaking wins from an attacker side. Like, attacker hits defender into breaking and then they win. You usually don't see that too much anymore.
Left. Sharpshooter to the left.
With your NCOs, go!
To left.
But that being said, Union's going forward here. They're doing two-pronged attack. Where are the flags? That's going to be the big question. You do see a flag, 2 flags back here. Looks like they split them up.
Oh, catch them lacking, boys. Catch them lacking.
Which, maybe they're just trying to catch a CSA off guard and maybe win on a flank and then push up from there. But here we go. Which most of the CSA is in this center area, up and over on that side. Union's still going in over there. It looks like Union's got a little bit of a breakthrough here. However, CSA is starting to push out of that side, but they're collapsing towards the center. Which, when we go to this other side, a little hard to see what's going on here. They're going to be able to do a little better here because most of the CSA is not over here. However, they're starting to move down. Union already gets a shot off there. And they are going to push right through. And that was not even close. So, some CSA are going out there. So, CSA, another hold, and that ticket gap is almost, it's about a half morale stage. So, I mean, Union's kind of changing up what they're doing, which I can appreciate, but I get why they're not bringing the flags up, but I feel like you have to. It's like, it's not the same as Burnside's Bridge, but if you're Union on Burnside's Bridge, you would never consider crossing the bridge in the CSA territory without your flags. It's right. If you want to push up and gain ground, you have to do that. And you might not necessarily have to do that up to this point, since if you cap the point before CSA hits breaking, which is the next stage, you'll have to hold it for a while. But I think at this point it's kind of getting close. I mean, if I were Union, I would just bonsai everyone to this far right side. Just go straight in and kind of keep your flags right here. Because the thing is, too, is, right, Union can run the flags right here. They'll despawn, and then everyone just has to spawn main and walk their way up here, which, because Union's been so aggressive at this point, they have enough time to afford doing that once or twice.
Slink back into the forest. Slink back into the... Don't hug the fence.
Don't hug the fence. Don't hug the fence. Stay concealed. Wait for them to push.
Clear this bush. This bush clear. There's an atomic in this bush. I'll fucking kill you, die.
So we'll see what happens. But Union's gathering up on this side. Hey, if they win the next charge, they'll most likely hit CSA into breaking, and they can rush up and win. So we'll see what happens. Here we go.
Where are my Zins? ABC into the front.
You still have a lot of Union guys just sitting back there. Which, look at this. You got this group charging into the open, then you have groups trying to go over a fence. They're not going to hit at the same time. It's going to give CSA even like 5 seconds of time, which might not seem like a lot, but every second matters in these charges.
Look at the officer retreat! Look at the coward! Come on!
Kill every last one.
Union hits breaking. The question, they're not bringing up their flags. CSA holding strong on this front. It's not even close over here. Ah, they're kind of going hard in the middle. Maybe that prong cut in center.
Get this flag up. Get this flag up.
I got you back, Angel.
And 10th US going out in the open field again, getting great flanking shots.
Keep holding, keep holding, keep holding.
But this is
Center.
I mean, based on how things are going, if Union doesn't break through, it's over for them. I mean, we've seen this map a couple times this season in this event. I'm pretty sure. Have we not? I feel like you've seen this map a good amount. I guess maybe not in this event. Let me see. Crossley Creek. I've seen 6. Let's see. Public match, CSA win.
Check.
Private match, CSA wins. Public match, CSA wins. Another public match. I guess I'm just watching public matches. That's a Union win. That was February 6th. And then private event. Looks like CSA won that as well. So actually, maybe this map is... I don't know. This map seems CSA biased based on everything I'm seeing. Yeah. So the 6 times I see it, this is the 7th CSA's won 4 times. I mean, maybe that's just a good idea. You know, I've got playlists on this channel for all the maps and all the regiments. And if you ever have to pick a map, you can always go look at the replays and see who wins more often. In general, right, it's not always indicative of who's going to win a match based on past things, but if you want better odds, right, it's not always a bad thing to do. So, and I mean, again, FSB did pick Union, so it's quite fascinating because Union's pushing over here, but both times, at least with the 7th Texas matchup, they had them versus Twin Banners, and Twin Banners elected to attack on Fleming's Meadow, which was a bit questionable of a decision on their part. And now you're wondering if FSB made the right choice going Union in a meta right now that seems increasingly defender bias, especially on the high pop. And I mean, that's going to be a similar thing to what we see next round, at least with Colquitt's defense, with 2 Corps choosing... Actually,
They're coming in the center.
Sorry, 2 Corps chose the map, so never mind on that part. It's really interesting to see if the C picks attacking, if it screws them over, but here comes Pickett's charge down the center, or more like Free State's Brigade's charge. Nice Union Arty. Unless that was CSA Arty. I don't know. Anyways, it didn't work on the left and it didn't work on the right. We shall charge the center and they shall break in the center. I feel like I've seen this story before. CSA right starting to collapse towards the center.
I stabbed you in your fucking face, dummy.
And in the end, this ticket gap is getting more and more in CSA's favor. CSA, it's breaking Union's almost on a morale stage. And if 7 Texas is going to advance to the championship here. So surprised that I mean, I'm surprised some of these map picks that we've gotten so far, especially the drill camp maps, because I don't know if we've played a lot of these drill camps long enough to find an even balanced map. A lot of these drill camp maps seem pretty biased towards one side. I mean, maybe Crossroads, I don't know. Because Crossroads seems like an attacker biased map, but if defenders have enough guys, they might be able to put up a really good fight. Who knows? But, hey, oh well. Regardless, it looks like 7 Texas is going to advance here to the championship, and next round we'll see if CB or 2 Corps is going to make it to that point. Based on, I haven't seen Colquitt's defense in a while, but based on how I can imagine it, it seems like CB as CSA has a good shot. But we'll see what 2 Corps is cooked up. I think, at least for this round, I like Union's trying different things. They're not bringing the flags up, which you can argue if that's a good or bad thing. I think they need to do it, which they're probably going to do it now because they're about to hit final push, and they need to hit this side and just collapse center. But I mean, we'll see how well it works. However, you wonder if FSB should have picked CSA on this map.
ABC, move over here, lad. Hey,
10, guys, get ready for 10.
Let's go.
Oh, 45 seconds.
Get ready, boys. Get ready.
Flags, get ready to
March of Glory! March of Glory!
Out of that.
Holy
Get
shit.
ready to die again, boys.
This map is hard to win as Union, alright? But listen.
Flags, get ready to run back.
Oh, fuck, he died! Oh, shit!
Brace the coat, boys, and
Oh, yes.
Gentlemen, in the name of Virginia and all that we stand for, this attack is for us, boys.
Stop beating
And
up
for the
my
preservation
I don't know
of
what's happening.
we follow these men.
Well, here's fast knowing ya.
They will break in the center, man. Godspeed. I already sent off my last letters in case I die. I got my little carrier pigeon. Goodbye, Larry. Goodbye, Larry.
Get in there, get in there, get in there. Up and over.
Pushing the flags up, which is good to see. Who is this? Why is 2 Corps coming in so far behind the rest of the team?
Use the hay bales. Use the hay bales.
Again, Union wants to hit this as one big blob. You don't want to come in snake. That's why I don't like 2 Corps being so far back. But they're doing exactly what they should be doing. This, in my opinion, will give them the best odds. They've just got to win one charger at this point, and they can gap point and win. 4 minutes left. Union is still pushing up guys. Intense fight on the corner. CSA sending up guys in the center and here. CSA still holding. That flag is up. Well, I jinxed it. It's back up. Union making a little attempt at a hold here. And here comes the flank of doom. And did Union push their flags up? That's the CSA flag. I mean, Union's in the middle of this, but where are their flags? Okay, hold up. I didn't realize how far CSA was through breaking. So 2 Corps actually pushed through a little bit here. Union respawns are pushing up though. I mean, I think they should have pushed their flags up. I was debating it for a second because now they're starting to. Which, I mean, this is still kind of close up here.
Kill that officer. Kill that guy.
And here comes that little respawn wave. They brought their flags up a little closer, and for the first time today, Union's going to take this corner. They've got 2.5 minutes. I doubt they're going to... It could happen. CSA could hit last stand, but we'll see. Got 30th Ohio Corn Brigade really starting to shift up here to try to retake this corner as quickly as possible, which Union at the moment has a firm hold on. And they're starting to push towards the center. If they can get these CSA flags down, that can change the tide of battle very quickly. So, I mean, a couple Union guys spawned main, but not a whole lot. It's just really that far away. CSA is making a dogfight out of this. CSA got that 4th flag up, too. 2 minutes left. CSA is getting closer to last stand. Man, that bar always drops in a melee. I always forget how far that thing drops. However, Union sent some of their respawns towards the center here, which I don't necessarily like per se. They don't necessarily know the overview. Maybe they thought they had this right side, but CSA is starting to take it back. They're almost in the last stand, though. I'm surprised CSA is not trying to charge out the Union at this point. Because, I mean, Union's got their flags decently close, I would say. And they're just letting all these respawns get up and fight with them and get them close to the last stand. Now, I don't know how much it matters at this point. A minute left and you're still not in last stand. CSA could definitely hold for this round because Union, I mean, once CSA hit last stand, Union has to kill 150 plus people, which is going to be a little difficult of a thing to do. So, yeah, it looks like 7th Texas is going to advance here.
Oh, damn, I just got stabbed. Oh, no. Point. Flags and everybody's point. Let's go. Kill the Rambos. Get the flags up. Let's go.
And they're going to try to go to point, but unfortunately they don't have numbers. And CSA's got their full team. I mean, the match has ended a lot closer than what I was anticipating. But I guess final push last stand kind of makes sense. Are they even going to hit last stand? Wow, they didn't. So, 7th Texas is going to advance to the championship versus the winner of Corn Brigade 2 Corps next round. I mean, 7th Texas just played that, again, similar to what we saw in their Fleming Meadow match. They did exactly as everything you needed to do as defender. It's not that wide of a map, so they just reacted quickly. They saw what the Union did, reacted, and moved. They did exactly what you need to do on that. I like that Union tried different things. However, this you could argue it was a mistake for FSB to pick attacking side on this map. Similar to how you could say Twin Banners made a poor decision in picking attack on Fleming's Meadows. But, you know, it is what it is in the end. Everyone made their choice, and 7th Texas did what they did to win the match in advance. FSB had good ideas. I really thought they should have brought their flags up a little closer. They were aggressive enough to kind of be fine with losing those flags out of bounds and respawning back at main and moving up for a couple minutes. Regardless, it is what it is. We'll see you shortly for round number 2. And with that being said, 7th Texas in the finals. Now, who is going to win on our next round between Corn Brigade and 2 Corps? We are on Colquitt's defense, and I haven't seen this map in a while. Inbounds, as it currently stands, is 5 in favor of the Union side. Artillery-wise, Union has 5, CSA has 13. So this imbalance overall is going to be 13 infantry in favor of the Union side. I'm sure they'll appreciate that in a big way. It's actually gotten a little closer, so it's now 9. So, anyways, with this all being said, so 2 Corps was the lower seed, so they selected the map, and the Corn Brigade picked the defense as the CSA. So we'll see if it pays off. And this map has a 26% ticketed advantage to the attacking Union side. Weapons on the attacking side, they got the 2nd Wisconsin with the Lorenzo, the Springfield 61. And they have the 19th Indiana with the Springfield 61 as well. Whereas the CSA defense, both regiments have the same weapons. They have the 13th Alabama and the 6th Georgia, both having the option of the Enfield and the Springfield 55. So traditional Union attack is to push heavily down towards the forest as they are, hit into the wood line, push up through the woods, and engage the CSA in the woods. However, CSA is taking a very, very defensive approach, holding up in the heights. Now, you'll sometimes see Union like to push down this road and then charge up the hill this way, but that's a lot of things in the open. And, I mean, you could see CSA already up here. They have a great vantage point of the entire map, except for the wood line, which is why Union usually likes to fight in the air, but Corn Brigade is like, we're not even going to fight in the woods. Now, the thing is the Union team can pull the CSA down to fight them if they capture point, which, again, it's like, oh, this is the open field. But no, you can cap the point from the top of this roadside here. If you are squished up here against this half stone wall in the road, you are capping point. It's a very strong position to have. And so, generally, whoever holds the road here at the end of the match, or whenever the point can be captured or fought over, generally that team will win. And obviously that's going to favor CSA here. So the thing is, too, Union can't necessarily hold up on here because, I mean, CSA will have the high ground rushing down. Sure, they can hold here, but it's not going to provide a whole lot of cover. Might provide some already cover. Maybe not. But anyways, with that being said, we'll see what 2 Corps is cooked up here for an attack. Again, a little surprised they picked attacking. We've seen a couple times where CSA has dominated this map as of late, and especially with the weapons update. I expect that as well. Also a little surprised because CSA, I've seen them do this once. As Union pushed down here, CSA rushed up to the edge of the wood line here and just threw lead at the Union. Union got stuck here, and they couldn't do anything. And that was before the ballistics update as well. But it seems CSA, if anything, is trying to play a time approach. So Union's getting set up for their attack.
I got nobody on me. If I got no one on me, I crouch.
Senior Lincoln.
It was me, Barry. It was always me.
And, I mean,
What that guy
they're
said.
holding for now. Oh, why did that guy say that? I gotta use the bathroom. But CSA, far left, you got the 10th U.S. Strong numbers here. TKO, CQB to their right. 30th Ohio, and then 7th Texas. Meanwhile, more down to the wood line. You got 8th Ohio in here, bringing good numbers as well. And then the 59NY, 59th New York, is the farthest right. Maybe they're just trying to secure a long line, but I assume any second now Union's going to start making their way up. Good thing for Union, as mentioned, is they can cap the point and force CSA down, which honestly, I almost wonder if a play by the Union is to cap point, and that'll force CSA to go out over here into kind of this open area or up into the road. Either is good for Union, but if they cap, CSA will rush down probably up to here, and at that point, Union can rush up to the hill, charge in, and then hit down on the flank. I feel like that could work well for Union, and honestly, it makes sense if they do that. We'll see what they do, though, especially since Union's capping CSA, trying to play the clock as long as possible. Union slowly inching forward. You got 12th VA on the far left, JD kind of on the big rock with MSG. You got AVC to the right, and then furthest down on the hill, you got 2 Corps. So, with the announcer himself out here. So Union cap, Going to use it to their full advantage. I assume CSA. We'll see how many guys they want to send down. If I were CSA, I would try to cap potentially with not everybody.
We're just gonna go to
Just because if you pull your guys out here, Union might be able to do a little trolling, as they say. So, CSA pushes out. Union doesn't like fighting in the open field because they're in a bad spot, and also artillery can get to them. But Union's holding their defensive line. CSA only send a smaller group. Never mind. 10th U.S. and some 30th Ohio guys around there. 7th Texas out front, getting some volleys. But Union is not moving that aggressively forward here. I mean, FSB is inching their way up. 6LA is pushing up. This side, you got more 6LA. D companies going out here.
Spread out, spread out, spread out, spread out. Stay on point, stay on point. Independent fire, straight at the road.
Independent fire.
I don't know if they're on point. But they are engaging with the CSA up top. I don't know if they're trying to draw more CSA in. However, they're not winning that. And they get out of that pretty quickly. So, I mean, Union's using the points kind of to draw them down. I thought they play a little more aggressive of a stance, but good job by CSA. They're not all on the point. They're still kind of keeping up there with their defensive line, in case Union did try to outflank there.
Far away, boys, far away. Remember, these things drop off like fucking balls, they do. Aim high, you drop off at 150 yards.
Flag directly.
They fucking missed.
Negative. They even missed us, and we're not even facing their direction.
Keep shooting at the independent boys.
They definitely don't do rifle drill like we do.
Oh, they certainly don't.
So CSA retakes. Black timer continuing to tick. And I bet CSA is going to back off again.
Fire.
Yeah.
They already are. I mean, you got Union already up top, which looks like they actually got a couple shots in. However, oh, here comes Union. I'm surprised they're moving up now, but it might make a little sense. I'll explain in a second.
Independent fire, boys. Independent fire. Light them up. Light them up.
And I'm surprised CSA is still holding here. TKO has their guys holding out, while 7 Texas is getting shot down in front of them. Looks like they were just trying to provide some covering fire for them. But Union moves up. Looks like we might have a little charge happening near CSA spawn, which this is honestly one of the nicer CSA spawns in the game. I mean, just look at this. Look at this house. This barn, too. None of it matches, but oh well. I will say, it is fascinating. When I went to South Mountain in real life, we saw, I don't remember what it was specifically. We saw a monument. We saw 2 monuments. One of them was to a North Carolina regiment, and that was pretty neat. But it was like 30 minutes. And I thought we were going to stay at South Mountain for a few hours, but there wasn't a whole lot. Anyways, we leave that area. We drive down. I think it was like Iron Field or something like that. Where we let me look this up.
Hey, I'm full cock every day, baby.
Oh, all the time?
Holy shit,
All the
good
time.
Artie. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
No.
look at them tickets.
Well,
Yeah, me neither.
We're fucking them
I
up
think my
though.
gun's broken.
Artillery just fucked them.
Dude, spat on it.
Anyways,
like a spear.
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I don't remember the specifics of that, but it was pretty nice. There are 2 monuments, North Carolina Regiment monument. It was for a flag bearer, which was something you don't see too often. Anyways, we drove away from that, and about 10 minutes later, we saw like 5 or 6 plaques, like describing the story of the general idea of South Mountain, I think, and just the broader battlefield. And by that, we saw some houses that looked like this. Anyways, that's the long-winded story. Not to do with the battle, but I think it's interesting. Anyways, maybe it seemed that Union pushed up after the cap happened, because if they pushed up while CSA was here and they killed a bunch of them, if they killed a bunch of CSA, got CSA tickets down, and CSA retook the point, then their tickets would go back up to whatever Union is. And then if they went by that logic, then they wanted to wait for CSA to retake the point, push up, and then deal a ticket loss to them so that they actually keep that ticket loss. However, it doesn't look like any of that has happened. If anything, Union's down about 1/4 of a stage right now, as CSA generally got out of that position really quickly. Again, playing a game with time. So, I mean, CSA is playing very, very defensively, and they're doing good. Union's got to find some way to break through. They can't push too far this way because it gets to be out of bounds for them. I mean, they don't want to charge up the open field here. It can be rough. But honestly, I mean, Union might just have enough guys to brute force their way up here and take the arty. Because if Union goes up there and is able to hold up top, that generally means good things happen and they can do well. Interesting flank here from some CSA. I didn't even know they necessarily get out this far. 59th New York. I don't know if they're trying to go for flags, which they're there.
Take aim.
Hey, get to your goddamn stars, boys. Holy lordy.
Get the flag.
Move it then, move back this way. Flags are going to attack.
And 59th, more than a scare tactic, but it throws Union flags off a little bit, which will do a little bit of something. CSA now starting to drop through battle ready. I mean, CSA is just they're shredding the Union so far.
Spread it out.
Second bat, dress on the first bat.
Yep, spread it out second.
I mean, Union could try capping the point again, but more aggressively trying to hold the top of the hill. That could be one way of trying to get out of this. But I mean, it's a difficult position. Don't blame Corn Brigade here for picking the defender side here.
Ceasefire, CQB. I think that was like a 400-yard shot.
I have
Dress the column up, dress it up.
So, with that all being said, it's still about a fourth of a stage difference here. Again, you'd think the shootout would help the attackers in the long run.
Damn, head back. That ain't them. Head back.
Fall back, boys, fall back. Break your loads, get out of here.
But Union may be backing off a little bit. I mean, the only way they're going to force CSA down is by capping the point. So it might be a good idea for Union to try to push up and then cap point, because then if CSA rushes down, they'll have to go across an open field into Union positions. We'll see what happens, though.
I told you someone was going to get touched today.
Excuse me? I will say... Oh, you got some movement there. 30th Ohio running up, trying to take shots. From where they're at, just from elevation, it's a little difficult to see where Union is, so they're pushing up, taking shots there.
That sounds racist. Yeah, I just stay back with the flag.
I will say, going through South Mountain in real life, just driving through it and just looking at the hilly landscape, it's very beautiful.
You just told us to.
There's a lot more trees, though, so it's kind of hard to see like the big hills and whatnot. However, it's still very beautiful. See, I wish more of this map was, or more of this area where you could fight over in skirmish maps. There's a lot of weird things like this here. How beautiful this is. You know, I'm so glad that the developers for this game, when they made these map packs, actually did it the way they did and not did individual maps. Like you see, for example, in Beekoff, where they have the maps and then there's a boundary, and then outside the boundary it's very bare. It's a lot more of a immersive experience, that's for sure. Actually feels like you're there at the battlefield in a sense.
Stop getting hit by that artillery. Texas, independent fire straight. Get your loads behind the rocks. Independent fire straight into those woods.
So, we're a third of the way through the game. Union's starting to camp again, which I thought they should. Again, you want to hit the defender down to engage by the 30-minute mark, so Union's got to pick up the pace, and one way to do that is by capping the point.
What line?
That's right here, you goobers.
Scooby Gooses.
Are we shooting and scoot?
My fault.
Why are they crouching here?
Oh, man down.
Sorry, suck.
Oh, I see
Oh,
him.
bye, Kravis. Bye, whoever's next to him.
Couple more men down.
Oh my god! That's gonna be a bit close. Let's go.
And Union, that's some nice skirmishing kills. I'm sure Union will appreciate that. 30th Ohio is starting to shift down. I really think Union's easy to do an aggressive push here. The camp is just giving them more time. Defenders regain up to the attackers' tickets if they do. If the defenders are down, but the defenders are up, so nothing really changes for a counterattack here. Union needs to find a way with this to get a ticket lead back. But got 7th Texas shifting down to the point already. You got some 30th Ohio guys there. Looks like Union might be capping from there. Don't exactly know. They have some guys in the woods as well. Union's starting to push up a little more. But not all of CSA is pushing down here. Oh, never mind. Here they are. So 10th US on the point. I mean, maybe Union's just trying to see how effective this will be if they sit back and try to shoot down the CSA when they cap. I mean, it's going to give the Union a little more time, which is what they need, but I almost wonder if they should charge. Nice shot from Union already. But, I mean, just zooming out here. I mean, CSA is kind of split up. I know Union can't really charge that, but I mean, Union could try to defeat the CSA in detail if they want to, and they're making an aggressive movement, charging down center. I like the move. Point still going in CSA's favor. Flag bearer. Oh no. Point still going in CSA's favor. And Union, in the nick of time, turn it back in their favor. The rest of the CSA did not get involved. It looks like some Union charged up there to distract them. Really good move from Union. CSA had spread themselves out. You hit one of the sides, and you defeat them in detail. It's a nice move from Union. And look at those tickets. They're right back to even. That was very good.
Get your fucking loads.
I need to load my gun. Stand her low. Stand her low. Stand her low. Stay back, boy. Stay back.
Just keep it here. We're capping. We need our
And so, great move now. And now you got CSA starting to collapse down. Some are trying to go down for the flags, which I don't necessarily remember if Union has the flags up here. Union keeping CSA flags down, which is great. That's going to keep CSA spawning in at main. And with that, CSA is kind of going to trickle in. It looks like Union has a flag up here.
Drop that fucking flag.
So Union holding, CSA trickling in. A lot of Union holding their ground over there. And now you got a huge CSA wave moving out.
Damn it!
Face the road, face the road.
Hold it, that speed, spear wall.
Hold it, boys, hold it. Hold it.
Spear wall, boys, spear wall, buddy up.
Union just got to watch for their flag here. That's getting out. You got some Union trickling out as well, but it looks like CSA is most likely going to be able to take their point back. What is CSA already shooting at?
That can't be good. California goes, baby. Work together. Work together.
What is CSA already shooting at? This is your most pivotal moment with guys out here. Not a whole lot, but man, I don't know what they're shooting at. Maybe the flags that were trying to run away, but So if CSA hold, Union get forced back. Union getting their flags out of there pretty quickly, not trying to get them in an engagement. But what a series of moves here by the Union side. 2-Corps. Very impressive. Tickets are back to even, and I won't be surprised if they do it again. CSA, though, backing off. There was maybe a little window there they could have tried to push forward and knock the flags down there, but alas, they don't get it. Tickets even. Beautiful moves there from 2-Corps. And I mean, you don't blame CB for what they were doing originally, right? They sent some guys down the cap. They were securing their right flank. They didn't want Union to push up, but then Union just did it anyways, and it worked well for them. So, with that all being said, CSA is going to retake the point back. I mean, CSA might be slightly ahead, but...
Push it up, boys. Push it up. We got it.
So, what a turn in events here. Union, odds are looking real good for them now. So I assume we're going to get a minute or two of downtime here, and then Union's going to push their way back up. So, with that all being said, yeah, many things to talk about here.
Wait, she might have gone AFK.
I need to get in line
real quick. There she is.
Good job, zombie.
You know what? That looked like the bread flag for a second.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she's got it.
That's just the Alabama. Yeah. It's like a constitution almost, like a big piece of paper. But, oh my goodness.
It makes it badass.
It doesn't even look like a flag to me. It looks like a red and blue stick.
I hate when that happens, the red and blue stick. I'm glad that doesn't only happen to me. I mean, I'm not glad that it's happening to other people, right? But, you know. So, with this all being said, yeah, it looks like Union's starting to make their way out again. CSA is spending a small group forward 8th Ohio. They might just be trying to hold the point, which is not a terrible idea for CSA. It's allowing you to stay hold of the point, forcing Union to send more guys out to the point. But at the same time, you're not using a whole lot of manpower to keep the point contested. At least this is what I'm assuming they're doing.
Yeah, I'm getting the boys here to defend the cap. Yes.
The cap zone extends all the way over here.
Yeah, but then we're just in the middle of the field. We can at least be in a bush. A nice bush.
We like the bush.
A very nice bush. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good spot for you guys.
So, Union's kind of splitting off into two groups here, which is a little fascinating. More like three groups. They got a bigger group, or one group pushing up that left side. You got some 2-Corps again on point, starting to take it back pretty quickly. FSB, AVC, the other part of 2-Corps is pushing up on Union right. If we push up on this left side, though, JD is kind of holding back at large numbers on that big rock. 12th VA is pushing up, and they're getting aggressive here. Meanwhile, you got more CSA shifting down. 30th Ohio trying to get some flanking shots on 12th Virginia.
You see the bullet swinging past?
You're already dead,
Yeah, I know.
And Union's starting to take that point back. CSA is going to have to send more guys down if they want to hold that. Which they can't commit too much because that'll put them too far in the open. And sure, it's a great spot, but obviously you're more in the open, and Union already is going to be able to scope down on you.
Alright, Narok. You're my next shield.
Speaking of Union already, that didn't kill anyone. It knocked down a guy.
Grass, eat ass.
And they're taking the point back. So, oh yeah, yeah, a couple more CSA came down. CQB 10th US reinforcing, so not a bad idea. But again, even though Union isn't capping the point, right? CSA, in a sense, unless they condense, which they are, CSA is almost in a very similar situation. They're in much more of a line and not as spread out, but Union could potentially take advantage if they see it.
You said set your sights to 100 CQB. Come on, Falcon, go with the program.
Stop that recording next to me.
Are there any other 30th NCOs down here? They all dead.
Main independent CQB. Sounds on
That's true. That is very true. I hadn't thought of it.
So, I mean, Union has half their guys already a little short there. Union has half their guys shooting out towards the center. Meanwhile, they got a large bulk up front. 6LA is right on the edge there. Union already trying to get in fun in there. That looked like a better shot. I mean, I'm surprised only 6LA guys are up here. I'm surprised those guys there aren't trying to push up to these corner rocks. But maybe they don't want all the fire being hit down at one location.
I hope so. You all can't shoot for shit. Pax, I hope so.
Barrels, Texans!
Put it into him, boys. Put it into him.
away. How are you missing?
Fucking ball would be
They're
amazing.
straight there, boys.
It would
Yeah,
be.
tearing them up, boys. Keep it up, 7. You're all gonna die, dude.
Hey, Union, fuck you. You can hear me.
They back off. Oh my, already. FSB pushing up now alongside. They're kind of forming this Union line here, getting it a little more together. You can, if you want to know where the Union flags are.
They're not but 30 yards away, boys. 30 yards.
Oh, damn it. The target did that thing where he moved so I can't hit him. What a bitch.
You got some more CSAs starting to shift up to kind of maybe fill the center gap, or they're backing off. They're leaving point. They don't like being shot out in the open, which you can't blame them, can you?
Spread up, boys. Spread up. Spread up.
Actually, most of the CSA backed off here. Holy crap. Yeah, nearly all the CSA backed off, and Union is taking this point again. So CSA is going to have to rush right back down there if Union caps, and Union should just cap again. Early capping is fine by me as long as it's not a, oh my, ragdoll. As long as it's not like low taking losses.
Extend into skirmish order. 5-man spacing.
5-man spacing is crazy. You thought you heard it all, but nope, we got 10-man spacing. So, again, like, Union looks like they're up a little bit on tickets, and sure, CSA might be able to regain a couple of tickets, but at this point, Union just needs to get the CSA down. As long as they keep things kind of even and they have control of this woods, Union will be in a great spot with this match. So, even if Union gets a huge ticket lead with this and CSA gains it back when they retake the point, it's not the worst thing in the world. So I almost wonder if CB kind of made a mistake by just letting Union take all this ground in the first place. I mean, we'll see what the end result of this round is, but again, I'll just point to the few times I've seen CSA just put a wall of guys here and Union can't even get into the wood line. But maybe it seems that CSA wanted to play the time. Here we go again. 10th US starting to move down, rip the officer. And 10th US moving down. Now you got more starting to run down the hill. CQB, TKO, 30th, 7th Texas. They're all shifting down onto the point. Union could try to do a similar thing they did before, or they'll just keep this in a close shootout. I mean, either or works.
Zombie, back over this way, Bubba.
I'm just going
CSA taking the point back, but man, honestly, Union might not even need to charge it. They can keep capping and force the CSA. They can do that. Union condensing down as some CSA have gotten into the back of their flags. The 59th New York did it again.
Damn, Hazel got shot.
They did a little more than last time, though.
Sorry,
you need to be whisking.
mean, that's going to at least distract a fair amount of the Union here. CSA actually countercharges a little bit up top, which is a little bit of an interesting decision. There's a Union flag up here, though, so maybe not. Not a bad idea here from CSA. A lot more CSA collapsing in, though. Union got caught off guard with the 59th New York. They alerted the rest of the team. CSA maybe trying to take advantage now. Which, even if they're down on tickets after this, they'll regain. Union backing up. And it seems that Union's going to be able to get back with the flags, at least. CSA, in my opinion, should back up a little bit once. Oh no, they're going in. They want the flags. We'll see if this pays off. They're about to retake. So even though CSA is going to regain tickets, they're going to drop tickets in this melee. They retake. They regain about a fourth of a stage, which is not the worst thing in the world for Union. Obviously not preferred, but CSA bringing a flag all the way down here too. CQB, TKO, and 10th US is still committing here. Union's backing up even more. They did get whittled down by CSA. I will give them that. More CSA shifting down now. And it looks like Union's going to protect all their flags unless this is one of theirs, which it is. So CSA's got an interesting decision to make at this point. They could keep pushing and try to throw Union off entirely and get their flags, which they do have one lacking.
Hey, Craw, stay back. Craw, come back. Craw, come back. Craw, come back. Craw, we won. Craw, we won. Come back.
I don't even know his name.
Come back. Hit that flag, your flag's trolling. Come back. Flags, come back.
Oh, I guess you can hit T and C.
Yeah, come back.
Wow, it looks like Union's having the flags despawn out of bounds.
What's your name? Hello, Jason Umbre. I'm gonna kill you. My name is Pax from Barrett, Ohio. Good night.
So, good on 2 Core for getting the flags out of bounds so that they despawn within 15-20 seconds, which... Don't pick it up. He died. So, yeah, those flags will despawn pretty quickly, 15-20 seconds, spawn back in at main and get into an engagement, or get back into their lines, which is good. Union doesn't want to lose those flags behind the CSA line. But now CSA is playing a very forward approach. You can't really do time as a factor anymore if you are the CSA side, just because at this point, 20 minutes left, you're a half morale stage from Union being able to cap the point and win, on top of the morale and a half stage going down to your last stage. But with that all being said, CSA is up a slight amount of tickets. The CSA is doing what I said earlier. They're getting a little engagement. They're going to try to shoot the Union down, I assume, the moment they go there. But I won't be surprised if Union just tries to go up the right side instead and maybe go get their artillery. That move would not surprise me at all, because Union just rushing straight down there has never really worked in the past. However, CSA is already starting to shift. So I guess maybe they're not trying to hold down there. I don't know. We'll see what happens in a minute. There's a mass migration, though.
You smell like quick boy. You smell so good.
Moving out. We're moving out. Moving down the road.
Hey, FSP, you're
Let's go.
The outlaw Josie Wales right here in the flesh.
Arthur, come here.
Howdy, Arthur.
Call me up here.
So Union spending the time they've earned, and actually most of the CSA is shifting back up. You do got 8th Ohio back here now. They're starting to move. I mean, based on Union, I mean, now that CSA is kind of shifting back to their original spots and Union having a flag down over here, it might not be a bad idea for Union to go back into the woods. I mean, we'll see. But anyways, here comes the Union.
Why?
Keep moving, I say.
CSA already should have some nice shots here.
And seasoning.
They can't even hit the vibes out of
Get your ass out of bed and whisk, whisk, whisk.
Alright, boys, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
What would
Because I'm dope, man.
You ain't dope.
Dang.
That was a bad RB shot.
It was a bad already shot. That one, almost there. Anyways, Union team. Looks like they're trying to bait CSA going up top, and now they're rushing down.
Keep going,
Just keep going, guys.
Keep going.
I'm letting him run away from me. I'm letting him running away from me.
Into the fray, RBC. I don't care who dies. Keep moving. The point is to die for glory.
Union shifting down. That already shot fuse time a little short as well. It was almost there. There is Agrippa in here from the CSA side.
Keep moving, lads.
Oh my fucking god.
Newberg sees him. Well, one kill happened there. So, Union pushing back up. I assume they got their down flag unless it despawned, but I don't think it's been 5 minutes since then.
Let's win it. Let's win it. Let's fucking go.
So, at this point, if I were Union, I would cap again. Do a similar thing to what we saw earlier. And then at that point, both sides should be very close to breaking. You can either shoot it down to breaking and go for point, or vice versa. So, Union's in a very good spot right now. Meanwhile, CSA has returned to their kind of original defensive positions, holding up top.
I see Cloudy with a chance of case.
I don't think they have ammunition anymore, man. I believe.
Cloudy with a chance of case.
chance of baloney mist.
Union sending up more guys. It's funny. I'm looking at one of the team's chats. I think it's the Union chat. They just have all admins in the text chat, so it's just all red text. It's kind of funny. I mean, if we just look at how many guys are admin on here. So, the admin army, as they say. It's not the Union army. It's the admin army. So, Union caps point again. They're not that far up as they were a little earlier. But they might push up soon. And comes CSA again. FSB up front to hold.
Oh god, fuck damn shit.
The engagement has begun. Oh, they're coming down the road.
So CQB, TKO rushing down to the point pretty quickly. Union's trying to hold. And this might have been important. CSA charging down into the Union line here. A very risky move from CSA here. They're trying to get Union flags potentially. And it looks like they're making some headway.
Hold the line, boys. Hold the line. Hold it up.
Where? We killed everything.
Hey, the flag.
Which they're trying to get the flags. It looks like they do partially break through. Union sends reinforcements to clean up the flank, but you still got a couple moving through.
Northwest.
You bastard! Oh shit, I'm sorry, Delta.
And with that, Union still holding on to the point here. More CSA shifting downward. 10th US now moving in. This could be huge for Union, potentially defeating in detail. We'll see similar numbers here, though. I mean, CSA, that first wave did wipe a lot.
Counter.
But both sides are going to be basically down to breaking here, which CSA is not giving the point to the Union, which makes me think they might be trying to push the Union down in the last stand, because Union needs to consider the defending team back. If CSA forces them in the last stand and retake the point, they'll automatically win, so Union just got to watch out for this. 5 minutes is enough time for that to happen.
Kill this Rambo, kill this Rambo.
Hey, thanks for the 5 tickets, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah, look at that idiot.
Oh my God.
So CSA grouping up, still sending more reinforcements downward.
Get ready, boys.
And here they go.
They're charging in. Brace up, brace up, brace up.
Fuck you, fuck you.
Whoever shot that guy, thank you very much.
The thing is that if CSA does want to push Union the last in, they have to non-stop being aggressive, and that's what they're doing. They're sending guys down the center, I think, trying to get behind. You got a little flank here from 30th Ohio. Both sides now in breaking. It's getting a little iffy for if CSA can hit the Union in the last stand within 4 minutes. I guess they'll have a little more than 4 minutes and 10 seconds because they could force an overtime. You got some CSA on the flank there. CSA trickles starting to dim out though.
Stick him. Stick him.
They're still pushing. They're still pushing.
Guys, they're on the fence.
This side's good. This side's good.
And zooming out briefly here, Union line is able to hold. CSA spawns are spawning in main and they're rushing downward. They're still trying to put up a fight here. TKO is the group out here taking shots. I don't know if Union's gonna... they definitely could. You never know. I think Union's trying to stay here because they want to hold the forest. Or at least have a base of operations in the woods. Here come that CSA trickle off.
You gotta trust me. I'm definitely gonna win. This is fine. This is fine.
Here we go, Rebel.
There you go.
Oh, man.
Someone's having some static go through their mic. CSA is actually starting to overtake here. Union flags moved a little further back. And CSA is going to retake the point here. TKO collapsing in. Union might need to get their flags out. So they're trying to push through, get Union flags down. Which there's one down so far. The other one's running out of bounds. And... with that, actually one of them is getting out a little bit, so that's 2 down for Union right now. You might be able to get this one out.
Flag right here. Flag right here. Kill that guy. No more finals out of line deaths, boys. Good shit.
So, 2 flags down for the Union. Those 2 are going to despawn pretty quickly, but in all actuality, Union could wait this out potentially, or they could try to push down that side again. We'll see.
Loaded.
But I was actually a little surprised that CSA was able to break through, but they never gave up in the end. They did retake point. I mean, I don't think they had enough time to hit Union down the last stand, but it's not a bad idea. We'll see how CSA wants to hold this. They can't spread out too far. If that's what they're doing right now. I mean, there's a lot moving up. But with 2 Union flags down, I think they got to try to hold the wood line here. Which we'll see what happens at this point.
Especially the ones that are in Wisconsin.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm not banned. Can you believe that? I'm not banned here.
Holy
Too
shit.
controversial everywhere else.
It's
what VA.
God shit.
You the fucking goddamn boss. I
I
love
don't
you.
get up that way very often, but fuck yeah.
Culver W. Culver W. www.
I tell you what though, the best fast food burger I've ever had is Whataburger.
Whataburger's pretty good. I've had it once or twice.
I really gotta poo.
What?
But yeah, most of the CSA are returning to their original positions. They're keeping some on the point so Union can't just rush in and instantly cap. It's a little surprising they only have 1 group down here. Which being 8th Ohio, but they got a lot of numbers. But if the whole Union team pushes down there, they're not going to be able to hold it on their own. Maybe they're just trying to keep Union Ramblers from running down and getting the flag.
There's a spot over here on the right.
But as all things kind of stand right now, the Union is in a very phenomenal spot. I think CSA's, at least towards the latter half of this round, has kind of made a mistake not holding the wood line aggressively with their team, especially with Union flags down there. It's just, from what I've seen, it's worked in the past, but maybe CSA is thinking that holding down there is not really going to work. Maybe because Union has better ballistics as well, but CSA does as well. So Union rushing up center, I assume they're going to do the same thing they did last time, just go to the wood time. CSA already, come on, you have another chance. Oh my goodness, look how many.
Lock in. Lock the fuck in and shut the fuck up.
Please don't stop in the middle of the road. You fucking retards.
Give him hell!
And short again.
What are we doing?
That, again, a short fuse. And these are prime chances to hit so many Union guys, and they're missing short.
Christ have mercy on me.
And CSA is shifting down from the top of the hill. 8th Ohio is still holding in the wood line here, which they gotta back out soon, or they gotta get reinforcements. Yeah, it's all 8th Ohio. Jeez, that's a lot of them. But a lot more Union moving down, so they gotta make a decision here, like now. They're either gonna hold and die and potentially lose a fair amount of tickets. What is that even hitting? CSA moving out into the open field, though. Which, here comes 12th VA up front.
Get him.
Yee. I believe. Yee. Tra-la-la-la, tra-la-la.
And I will note that with his Italian brain rot, there was a bracket prediction that Bombardillo Crocodilo would destroy the competition and FSB would make the championship, but alas, that did not happen. Bombardillo Crocodilo failed. But with that all being said, 8th Ohio backs up. CSA pushes down. I'm surprised CSA let Union into the woods, but it looks like they're trying to go to a contained method. Kind of do a similar thing to what they did last round. You know, they have the main charge, and then they have a flanking group kind of shooting off to the side here, which, I mean, we'll see if it pays off. It's not as open as last round, obviously, in the wood line, but these 8.5 minutes are going to be huge. Who's going to advance? It's all coming down to right now. CSA starting to shift more into the open. 7 Texas trying to get a little flank. They go a little more open field, though. CSA back on the point, are rushing back around there, doing a little end around here. I mean, it's definitely possible for a shootout to have each side drop, but
Why are they shooting at us?
I don't know if 8 minutes is enough time. We'll see.
There's bees flying around my head.
It's not like either side has bucking ball to use that to their advantage, so it's just raw shoot power.
Skirmishers on the rocks.
Union has a chance to maybe get a little flank here on the rocks.
I can't see anything. I am so suppressed. Everything's great.
Tickets slightly even, maybe slightly in CSA's favor.
I can't see anything. I'm so grayed out.
CSA's got a little flank there. They're trying to contain. The issue is, though, is that if CSA spreads out too much, Union could punch similar to what they did on either of these flanks and do well. And they're actually, this is getting a little bit risky here, in my opinion. CQB 59th, 10th US. I get they're trying to get close and get into engagement, but they put themselves in a wide open spot, and they don't have much cover. You have 6LA shifting some guys out to the actual cover of the open field here. And they're going to get some nice shots here for the moment. CSA backing out almost instantly. Ticket rate drop on both sides is still somewhat even. Union Artillery has got to get some shots here. Similarly, CSA already could get some shots over here. Union shifting a lot of their attention to CSA in the open. You can't really blame them. CSA completely backing off now. I mean, tickets dropped for both sides a little bit. in the shootout, and definitely to a point where each side would hit their last stage with at least 3 minutes left on the clock, which is enough time for Union to take point at their current stance. The issue is, though, is that they're falling back. Union, though, should immediately just push up and continue doing what they're doing. And CSA is going to be stuck in kind of the same spot as they were a moment ago. So maybe they think up here is better ground. I don't know about that. But regardless, maybe they're hoping Union is going to spend way too much time on the bottom of the hill here. We'll see. 6 minutes is still a lot of time, though.
No, Jake, we're not allowed to.
FSB now starting to push up.
Mr. Ghost, you're a wee bit ahead, sir.
And here comes the rest of the Union starting to shift forward. Slowly pushing up and gaining ground, not trying to make a major mistake by pushing too far forward here. Wanting to make sure their team's together. Makes total sense. 5.5 minutes left on the clock. Union will likely hit final push first, but luckily for Union, their main spawn is really far away. The final push timer is determined by how long it takes to get from your main spawn as an attacker to the point 2 times without bayonets and reloads. If the time is above that, it'll drop. If not, it won't drop at all, which, based on the rate it's going, I doubt we'll see that black timer drop at all, which, so I mean, Union's got 5 minutes left.
Independent fire, you can do it from right here, boys. Independent fire from right here.
So, I mean, CSA's in a nice spot. I mean, they're holding these lines behind the crest of this hill. A lot of Union shots are going over. It's a hard angle for the Union side. Tickets are still going down. Tickets look decently even. And it's been a minute since CSA and Union probably going to drop into their final stages by the 2.5 minute mark. Which, 2.5 minutes is enough time for an attacker to knock a defender down. The last stand. I almost wonder if CSA should just sit back like you have. I don't know if running up a couple feet to take your shot is necessarily worth it. I mean, every ticket, everything kind of matters at this point, and when you push up like that, there's definitely a higher chance to get shot, I would think. 4 minutes left. The Star Wars music is fitting, however, not fitting for the copyright system. FSB pushing up some more. Getting a little closer. Artillery wanting to get in the action. Union's going to hit their last stage first, but again, that black timer is probably not going to drop, and so Union is basically in final push at this point. Infinite tickets, limited time. CSA on the meanwhile, we got to watch for when they drop. It's about a minute and a half until they go. Union could start pushing the pace up a little more with FSBs in front doing that. I'm surprised this Union left side's holding back. Granted, they're on some big rocks, which rocks are very nice.
I've never known you to be a coward, Mr. Marv. You always got proud.
Are you calling me a bitch, Marv? You've been sleeping this entire fucking match. Shut up.
3 minutes.
Silence. You've been silenced, Marv. You've been silenced.
Both sides are basically there. Why are you pushing so far forward by yourself? You're out of line. Okay, he's in cover. But still, why are you there? I mean, literally every little thing's going to matter. Every skirmishing, out of line, information, death, it all matters. Union hits final push. Timer really didn't drop down a whole lot. 2.5 minutes. CSA is going to hit last stand within the next 30 seconds. Which you do have one CSA guy out here, which he is, I think he's hiding, Agrippa. Terrible idea, though. Again, every little thing matters. Which Duke sees him and gets the cut. I mean, that's 5 tickets right there. FSB really pushing the Union case forward.
Our left is
Forward, boys. You're right in front of us. Forward.
And they're using those rock covers pretty well. 2 minutes left. Union's got to get him done the last stand within the next 30 seconds. Again, I'm surprised this Union left side's not pushing it up a little more. CSA backing up a little more, trying to hide. Union's got to push forward now, and they're starting to do that.
Keep up.
1.5 minute.
Don't stay too close.
Still not in last stand, miraculously. But CSA's played a very conservative match, and they're playing for time. I mean, Union needs to really get pushed up. They can't sit back. They don't have the time to do this. You got to hit CSA in the last stand as soon as possible, which they have a charge or a flank coming down on the side from 30th Ohio. Almost a minute left. Yeah, this will hit them in the last stand regardless. Yeah, there's the last stand. Union pushing hard. Here we go. 1 minute left. '30th Ohio flanking, I think, trying to get those flags down. If a CSA guy dies, he don't come back no more. Which these flags are important. Union needs a majority on point when the clock hits 0, and they will win the game most likely. CSA similarly needs more bodies on point when the clock hits 0. You cannot see what's going on with all the smoke. It is chaos in the field. Point is starting to go in the side of Union. No more CSA respawns left. Union running down to the center of the field. Flags are down. At least one is. Union's starting to hunker down here, though.
Hey, get some air in between you. Get some air in between you.
CSA trying to collapse in to get flags. 2 seconds left. Union at... Oh, CSA starting to take it back last second, and they're going to win the match here. By far the best playoff match we've seen in this event so far. Look how close it is from a Union victory there. A really great round there. Really well played from really both sides. CB had a great approach to their defense. They wanted to sit back, play defensively, you know. It's a preference if you want to play aggressively in the woods and try to keep Union out of the woods completely, but they stuck to their defense and wanted to kill as much time as possible. Union had great maneuvers throughout the whole round. In the end, they just couldn't get it enough of a loss on the CSA. And, I mean, they definitely, literally 10 more seconds of combat, and this match might have been completely different. Union might have been able to pull off the win, but, you know, doesn't matter in the end. Great win from CB. I almost wonder if Union should have tried to push up a lot sooner in the wood line towards the end of the match. I wonder if that did it. Regardless, phenomenal round, and I'll show you the updated bracket in a second. And with that being said, here is our current bracket. Again, 2 good rounds tonight. 7th Texas and Corn Brigade are our finalists, assuming no rematches, which I don't see any reason why there would be. But regardless, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel more. Go beneath the video and hit the join button. By doing so, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, though, we have our Discord and other links in the description as well. We just released a GeoGuessr video and War of Rights with some officers, which that was a lot of fun. We also have a Clips channel, which just does the YouTube Shorts. We merged it over to the second channel instead because it made sense for a lot of reasons that I can explain if you want to know in Discord DMs. Well, besides that, appreciate you all. Could not do this without you, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.